If you are feeling bored at home due lockdown, let's pack your bags, start a new journey and go visit beautiful places around the world. If you need some suggestions, stay with us. If you're a natural lover, who loves to do hiking, loves to see true beauty of nature, then Norway is a place to visit once in lifetime. Norway has its own beauty. She has fjords, mountains, rivers, passes and stunning landscape, and how you forgot its famous northern lights. Let's see which are the places you must visit in Norway. Oslo. Oslo is capital of Norway, sits on the southern side of the country. It's known for its green landscapes and museums. You'll find centuries-old bits of Viking history peppering the watersides, particularly on the Bidøy Peninsula. In downtown Oslo, you're treated to hip walking streets, hip neighborhoods, and lush green spaces such as Frogner Park. Go further north, and you'll find one of the world's oldest ski museums. It sits under a ski jump that offers panoramic views over the city and fjord. Main attractions of Norway. 1. Akershus Castle is a medieval castle in the Norwegian capital Oslo that was built to protect and provide a royal residence for the city. The castle has also been used as a military base, a prison, and is currently the temporary office of the Prime Minister of Norway. In the summer, you can go on guided tours inside the fortress and explore its church, courtyards, armories and royal halls. 2. Viking Ship Museum. The museum is most famous for the completely whole Oseberg ship, excavated from the largest known ship burial in the world. Other main attractions at the Viking Ship Museum are the Gokstad ship and Tun ship. This museum is part of the Museum of Cultural History at the University of Oslo, which means you get to see the two museums for a single ticket, around 100 kr per person. 3. Gustav Vigeland Sculpture Park. Sculpture Park in the Frogner Park with more than 200 sculptures by Gustav Vigeland 1869-1943, in bronze, granite and cast iron, including the Angry Boy Sinnataggen in Norwegian, the monolith Monolitten, and the Wheel of Life Livskjulet. 4. Grünerløkka. A brief drive north of Oslo's city hub leads you to Grünerløkka. It's considered Oslo's trendiest neighborhood, with streets adorned with graffiti art and lined with some of the city's most stylish bars and clubs, as well as hip fashion boutiques selling one-off designs and vintage fashion pieces. On many weekends, mini squares in Grünerløkka come to life with weekend markets where you can hunt for unique gifts while sampling local snacks. 5. Norsk Folkemuseum. If you want to see how Nordic life was in the 13th century, it's a perfect place for you to visit in Oslo. You can enjoy pleasant strolls past farmstead log houses and historical buildings at this open-air museum in Bidøy. It has over 100 traditional houses preserved from various areas in Norway. 6. Oslo Opera House. The building is situated in the Bjørvika neighborhood of central Oslo. The angled exterior surfaces of the building are covered with marble from Carrara, Italy and white granite and make it appear to rise from the water. Some of the other places you can enjoy in Oslo: Holmenkollen Ski Museum and Tower. National History Museums. Tusenfryd Amusement Park. These are the some exotic places in Oslo to visit. Other than that, you also enjoy best food of Norway in Oslo. Some the recommendation from our side to for you. Smoked salmon on brown bread. Norwegian hot dogs. Kjøttkaker. Brunost. Raspeboller. Waffles with blueberries and raspberries. Cloudberries. Aquavit. Linni. Charming towns such as Fredrikstad and Tønsberg are dotted along the coast. About an hour's drive from Oslo. These are so beautiful and amazing that if you once go there you don't want to leave. So give it try once these two towns as well. Tromsø in the land of the northern lights. The capital of the Arctic, Tromsø, is located right in the middle of northern Norway. If your bucket list includes northern lights, whale watching, midnight sun, and epic nature adventures, this is where you want to go. Enjoy superb conditions for ski touring and hiking in the Lingenfjord region. Experience the Sami culture in towns like Karasjok and Alta, and enter the northernmost point of Europe at the North Cape. Tromsø is host to a bevy of the world's northernmost things, from the northernmost film festival to the northernmost aquarium. So pack some mittens and prepare for tons of fun in the polar night with these 5 things to do in Tromsø in winter. 1. Dog sledding. There's not much like bouncing in a sled with only the sound of puppy paws pitter-pattering on the snow. No matter how many times we've been dog sledding, nearly a dozen now, we're always amazed at how much sled dogs enjoy running. Dog sledding just makes you feel more like one with nature. 2. Chasing the northern lights. Northern lights dancing above Tromsø is a pretty regular occurrence, since the city is situated almost perfectly in the center of the Northern Lights oval. And when that green curtain shimmers across the sky, it's nothing short of spectacular. The Northern Lights can appear in a range of colors from white-gray to vibrant greens, reds and purples. Honestly, Northern Lights is one of the coolest thing in the world, so it's a worth-watching activity. 3. Visit the northernmost brewery in the world, which is the oldest pub in Tromsø and has 67 beers on tap. You can just hang out with the locals drinking beers, and this is definitely where they hang, or you can also join a guided tour of the brewery and bottling plant. Mac brews 18 different beers and is also the northernmost Coca-Cola bottling factory in the world. We think the 60-minute guided tour is worth it, especially for the generous tastings along the way and the souvenir personalized bottles of Mac beer you get to take home. In the eastern part of this vast region, you'll find the Varanger Peninsula, which is a bird watcher's paradise. Go king crab fishing and dog sledging in Kirkenes, where you also can spend a night at an ice hotel. In the areas surrounding Tromsø, several islands are waiting to be explored, including Senja, Kvaløya, and Sumarøy. Lofoten and Nordland. If you want to see some of Norway's most beautiful landscape, you couldn't go wrong with a trip to Lofoten. Lofoten has staggering peaks, glittering fjords, authentic fishing villages, and picture-perfect beaches. Not to mention northern lights and midnight sun. If you're looking to visit this place, you will face crowd because it's time when most of the tourists visits this place, so if you visit this place outside the summer, you will wandering this without facing crowds. Also, whenever you planning to visit this place, always make a advance booking for accommodation. Here, you can drive the coastal route between Trondelag and Bodo, voted one of the world's most scenic drives. The lively coastal town of Bodo is the largest city in the county of Nordland and offers plenty of outdoor fun as well as a booming cultural scene. It will be a lot easier to explore Lofoten if you have a car. That's right, road trip. If you're wondering where to look for rental cars in Norway, we will provide you the links in the description. Lofoten is a mecca for hiking, climbing, fishing, kayaking, skiing, Arctic surfing in the summer and winter, and cycling. Bergen and the Western Fjords. Bergen is the gateway to some of Norway's most famous fjords, including the Sognefjord, Norway's longest and deepest fjord, in the north, and the Hardangerfjord, where you'll find the famous mountain plateau Trolltunga, in the south. Bergen is known as the City of Seven Mountains. As a UNESCO World Heritage City and a European City of Culture, the Bergen region has the ideal combination of nature, culture and exciting urban life all year around. Visit some of the country's top museums like Code Art Museums and Composer Homes, get lost in squiggly cobblestone streets, and experience the city from above at one of the 7 surrounding mountain tops. From Bergen you are real close to the spectacular fjord experiences. Either you want to go on a fjord tour or dive into the experience with mountain and glacier hiking in the majestic mountain landscape, skiing in some of Norway's best terrains, biking along the beautiful fjord. Travel to the fjord village Flam with the Flam line, voted one of the world's most beautiful train journeys. For outdoor fun in epic surroundings, visit Voss and Nordfjord. The Gerangerfjord in the northwest. The iconic Gerangerfjord is considered one of the most beautiful fjords in the world, and is included on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The Gerangerfjord is one of Norway's most popular natural attractions. The fjord is 260 meters deep while the surrounding mountains are 1,600–1,700 meters high. The Seven Sisters and numerous other waterfalls run down steep mountainsides that end in the clear, blue water. The idyllic nature and the dramatic mountains will impress any visitor in the area. The picturesque Art Nouveau town Ålesund is an ideal starting point for a fjord adventure. The mountaineering capital of Andalsnes is an ideal base here, as it is surrounded by staggering peaks and situated only a short distance from world-famous attractions like the Trollstigen Mountain Road and the Atlantic Road. Andalsnes is the endpoint of the Rama Line, voted one of the world's most beautiful train journeys. You can visit some of the farms, such as Skagefla, Nibsfla, Blomberg, Matvik, Siltevik and Westerås. The best way to get close to the nature, see the famous waterfalls and learn about the history of the deserted fjord farms in Geiranger is by boat. Trondheim and Trondelag. Trondheim stands out with its progressive nature and vibrant city life. Did you know it was once the Viking capital of Norway? The Trondelag region, situated right in the middle of Norway, attracts hardcore history buffs, devoted foodies, and active nature explorers alike. Go fishing, cycling, or skiing, or hike one of the 9 pilgrim paths, the St. Olav Ways, which all lead to the stunning Nidaros Cathedral in Trondheim. Kristiansand and southern Norway. Southern Norway is the Norwegians' own summer paradise, with lovely beaches, thousands of islands, and more hours of sun per year than most other parts of the country. Stroll through narrow streets between white wooden houses in charming coastal towns like Risør, Arendal, Grimstad, Mandal, and Flekkefjord. Look forward to several days of fun in Norway's most visited attraction for families with children. Kristiansand Dyrepark, the zoo and amusement park, offers you both typical Norwegian and exotic animals, exiting pirate adventures, farm life, actor performances and a large water park. At the museums in Kristiansand you may experience a journey back in time with a steam train, admire the second largest cannon in the world and stroll between 400-year-old building in the open-air museum. Take a walk at the island Otteroya, visit the fish bazaar or try out some of the outdoor museums in Norway's summer destination number 1. It's a very hard to get bored at Kristiansand because it offers lot of activities. In short, Norway offers so many different experiences with amazing memories. If you're nature lover must visit this beautiful amazing country. Also remember one thing, Norway is one of the expensive countries in the Europe. So it does cost you little bit. Accommodation and public transportation is not that cheap, but don't worry, we also have some other options which gives you the freedom to enjoy Norway cheaply. Let's first talk about the hotels in Oslo. The hotel in the central or in downtown are expensive. Most of the hotels cost you around $200 to $250 per night. If you can afford it, go for it. But you have some budget issue, the option is go for camping. It's great way to save some money for your trip as well as it gives you great experience with nature. You can put tent anywhere in Norway and spend your night under the clear sky and stars as long as you keep at least 500 feet away from the nearest inhabited house or cabin. There are also a lot of camping sites are available around the Norway where you can get a safe land and also get other benefits like electricity, toilet and kitchen. On average, camping site cost you around $25 to $35 per night. So it's a great way to be with nature, also saves your money as well. If I talk about transportation, it will average cost you around $35 to $40 to travel between two town or cities. It's a little bit costly, but there is no other way you can reduce great amount of money from it. But you can do some deduction in your food expenses. If you want to eat typically Norwegian food, then you have to go for restaurants which cost you a bit, but if you do some research online you will find cheap restaurant as well, but the better way is that you cook your food by yourself, then you will save great amount of money. There are a lot of malls and supermarket in every town. Go for some shopping and make your own food. So Norway is always a dream place to visit in world. Do some research, make a adventure bucket list, and go for it. It worth visiting in Norway.